Well, good afternoon, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm just going to wait and see if anybody pops on and see if I can get this to show up on my iPad. So just bear with me a second or two or three, depends on the mood. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Okay. So my name is Judy Menlove, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Markham, Ontario, Canada. I need to put my glasses on so I can see. There we go. Okay, so I only have one announcement for you guys today, and that is free shipping. Who doesn't love free shipping? Okay, so that started today and goes through until Friday night. So that's July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Free shipping, providing your order is $100 or more. Now, if you're local to me and you want to place an order that is less than $100, let me know, and I will be submitting an order tomorrow. So actually, I'll probably submit it Friday morning. But if you have anything you would like to order that's less than $100, just send me a message, put something in the comments. And I will add it to my order so you can still get what you want and not have to pay shipping. The only downside to that is you must pick it up from my home when it gets here. Okay. So again, if you want to place an order for over $100, free shipping. If you want to place an order for less than $100, let me know and I will submit a big order in on Friday. And that way you will still get free shipping, but you will have to pick it up from my home. Okay. So for example, if you live out in BC or something, I can't help you because I don't think you're going to want to fly all the way to Markham to Ontario to pick it up. Hey Rose, thanks for joining me today. How you doing? All right. So, free shipping, that's all I got. So I'm going to, turn the camera down and we'll get started. I have 3 cards today, so we better get rolling here, right? I might be here all day. Okay. Just a minute. Where's my thing? Here it is. Okay, hang on, guys. All right. I'm just going to put one light on, see if I can get rid of some of those shadows there. Okay. All right, so we're going to be playing with the, this is a bundle, the Sweet Jar and the Sweet Jar Punch, okay? So this is the stamp set. I'm trying to hide the glare here. So you've got Happy Birthday, Miss You Bunches, a little treat for you, sending a little, and then there's a little space there your way. So you can put sending a little sweetness your way, sending a little love your way, sending a little luck your way, or sending a little party your way. All right, so we've got some shamrocks, some hearts, some candles, and some candies. Okay. Hey, Jean, thanks for joining me today. And this is the punch. Okay. Trying to find a spot here. So it's just the jar with the lid. Okay. There are no dies. That's it. Just the punch. So this is available as a bundle. This is an online exclusive and it's available as a bundle. So as you know, if you order the bundle, you save 10%. Okay. And don't forget it's free shipping. Okay. And then this is this one I believe was a March 2025 online exclusive. February, March. Maybe it was May. Might have been May. I can't remember now. I think it was May. And then this one here is a July online exclusive. This is not part of the bundle, but the punch still works. So you've got some gingerbread guys, a little snowman, and some decorations, ornaments. That's the word I'm looking for. May your heart be filled with joy, sending a jar full of cheer, and wishing you the sweetest Christmas. Okay, so we're going to make one of everything today. Well, maybe not one of everything, but we're going to start with the Sweet Jar, okay? And, all right, so I have all my goodies in here because had pieces everywhere and it was getting too confusing. All right. So there's kind of the card we're going to make. So I wanted to use Azure, whatever, afternoon. And I couldn't find any paper that had that color in it that I liked. So I will show you in a minute what I found. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is Azure Afternoon. Get rid of that for a minute. And then I've got a piece of just basic white that's 3.5 by 4.5. Okay, and I'll put that right there, and I'll glue that on in a minute. Okay. And then I found, because I couldn't find anything I liked, I found this, I cut this as 3 by 4, and this is, whoops, Irresistible Designs. Now this is in the catalog. I don't know if you've seen it or not. So you can see how you can see that pattern, okay? So it's UV coated, so when you put the ink on it, it goes like this. So it resists it. So that's why it's called Irresistible Designs. So we have that one. Okay. And then we have, let me see, we have some flowers. I'm trying to get this to show up somehow. Let me put a light on here. Oh, turn that one off. Let's try that one. Oh, now I can't see anything. All right, so can you see that? You can see that a little bit. And lastly, we have these leaves. Okay, my iPad's dragging behind here, so I'm just waiting so that I can see. Yeah. All right, so that is the Irresistible Designs, and they're 12 by 12 sheets, and you get 6 each, or 6 total, 2 each of each design. So I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper here, and like I said, this is 3 by 4, and my Azure Afternoon ink, and my blending brush. And we're going to pick up some ink here, and we're just going to add it. And you can make it as light as you want or as dark as you want, but see how it doesn't go in the lines? So it's you know, because I couldn't find it at the color I wanted, I thought I'll just make my own. So that's what I am doing now, just making my own color that I want, because I couldn't find anything else. But I did want some sort of designer paper or some sort of pattern. So this was all I could find. So you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. You could make it very light, kind of like that. I want mine a little darker though, so I'm going to keep going. And maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, let me see that. Oh, need some more over here. There we go. I think that's good enough. Maybe a little bit more over here. I know, the problem is once you start, you can just keep going and going and going, right? There we go. That is it. I will quit while I'm ahead or behind. All right, and then you're just going to take a Kleenex and you're just going to wipe this all off, just to make sure you get all that colored ink off the white. There we go. So see, it does pick some off. Okay, so that's that. All right, so I think I will glue this on now. Oh, did you hear that? That was Siri. Siri just talking to me for no reason. She scared me half to death, let me tell you. When she goes, uh-huh. All right. So we'll just glue this on here like that. And then we'll glue this to the card. Like that. Now it needs to come down a bit. Good enough. All right. Okay, so now I have a piece of paper here, just basic white, and I'm going to stamp the jar outline in Memento Black. Just ink that up. There we go. I have to put these away so I don't get them mixed up with the other set. And I'm going to need the blocks anyway, so. All right. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Thanks for joining me today. All right, so now we've got some candles here. So I'm going to stamp the candles in the Azure Afternoon. It's got ink all over me. So I'll ink these up. And we'll just put them there like that. And I'm going to do one over here. And then one in the middle. There we go. And then I just need to wipe this off on my stamp chamois. And then we have an individual candle, and I'm going to stamp that in Timid Tiger. I thought the Timid Tiger and the Azure Afternoon would be nice together. I just wanted something that would brighten it up a little bit. So put one there. And one there. And one there. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to use Darling Duckling. You know, I really hated this color, but I actually quite like it for quite a few things. Anyways, I've got some little flames here. So I'm going to use the Darling Duckling for that. Now we're just going to line that up. It's just 3 candles at a time. And like that. And one more over here. There we go. Now there also is, I'm not going to use it, but I will show you. There's this one that's a flame. It's a brighter flame. It has the glow. So it looks like that. Okay. But I'm not going to use that today. I just wanted to show it to you. Okay, so what else do I want? No, I've just drawn a total blank here of what I'm doing. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to stamp here. I don't think so. I got all the candles. Okay, we're done. So we'll take the punch. Oh, let me close up the Darling Duckling. And then we'll just line that up. And I didn't do the lid yet, so we'll just cut that one separate. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to do the lid. Where is my lid? Where is my lid? Are you still in here? You are. No wonder I can't find you. He's hiding. All right, and we're going to ink him up in the black as well. And put him down here. Stamp that like that. I don't like that. It's too thick. I think think that's still too thick. I'm trying to do it along the edge because that's the way it cuts. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so these are all done. So we'll just cut this out. Like that. Get rid of that. This was the one I didn't like, right? No. No, I didn't cut the one I didn't like. Okay. All right, I'm with it. I'm with it, I think. I'm not sure. All right, so we're going to pop this up. You know what? I did use some Wink of Stella on this, so I think I'll just do that. I just put it on the, oh, I know what I just didn't do. I didn't do these Timid Tiger ones. I knew I was missing something. So what I did with the Timid Tiger was there were 3 flames on this, and I just inked up the one, just in the very corner there, just so I could get the one, and then I just put that on. And just ink up in the very corner, and just add it, just the one. And one more. There we go. That's what I was going to do when I got sidetracked. Okay, so now we'll get some dimensionals. And pop this up. Oh yeah, I forgot to do my Wink of Stella. Oh well. Okay. I'm just going to kind of put that in the middle. That looks pretty good. Now, where might my lid have gone? You know what? Let me just finish this because I can see I keep getting sidetracked. And I actually just put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the candles themselves just to, I don't know, it just looked like it needed something. So I'm just going to do that. I love Wink of Stella. You can never have too much Wink of Stella, right? Okay. Hey, Maureen, how are you? Thanks for joining me today. All right, so then we'll get some little dimensionals. And actually, I think I'm just going to cut a little piece here. Like that. And put that on the lid. I'll pull that off. And I've got a little tiny piece cut here. Just like that. I'm doing well, thanks, Maureen. I'm glad you're doing well. Glad to see you're over your cold and your cough. And all right, so then I'm just going to put this on a bit of an angle. Just like that. Okay, so I used the Stylish Shapes. I used a lot of these today. So I've got this the smallest square one, and I have this banner one. Okay, so this is the banner one, and I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in black. So I'll ink that up. That looks pretty good. Now I can just get it on. It's so much easier to stamp and then die cut, but... And then my little box here, whoops, is going to say, sending a little. I'll stamp that there. And then I'm going to do the party, sending a little party your way. So I'm going to put the party in the Azure Afternoon. So ink up party. And just cram that in there somehow. Party. There. Sending a little party your way. All right. Just want to clean these off. Okay. And we're done with that. And we're going to put the happy birthday. We'll go down here, and I'm going to put that up here in the corner. Should have moved that down a little bit, but too late now. So, happy birthday. I want to come over just a little bit more. And sending a little party your way. No, there's a little piece of paper there when it got die cut. There we go. Still there. There we go. No, I think I'm going to have to... Why does it always stick when you don't want it to? And when you want it to, it never sticks very well. There, right up in the corner. There we go. All right, and then we have some neutral matte dots. We'll just add some of those on. Let's put one over here and one down here. And then I put a little one on the lid there. I don't know if I like or not, but it's there. There we go. And that is card number 1. So that shows you how to do the candles and whatnot. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. I'll put that up there. All right, so card number 2. I know, see, I get confused very easily, and I don't normally do 3 cards. All right. So card number 2 is going to be a Christmas card. I know, never too early to start your Christmas cards. So this is the one I'm going to make. Okay, so let's put that over there. So I've got a piece of thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, squared of 4 1/4. I'll give that a nice crease here. And then I've got a piece of real red that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I've got a piece of timeless plaid. Okay, that's the other side. And this one will measure 1/8 of an inch smaller. So that would be 3 7/8 and by 5 3/8. No, 5 and, oh, geez. Oh, dear. 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, I got it now. Now my glue, I'm going to glue this on. So this has got just a small border here. And then we'll glue this onto the base of the card. And this has got a bit of a bigger border, I believe. Yeah, this is more like a 1/4 of an inch border. And the pecan pie to the real red is only 1/8 of an inch of a border. Okay, so we've got that one. And why does that one look smaller? No. Okay, so we've got Wishing You. You know what? Can you guys just bear with me a minute while I put these away? Because I need more blocks. And I'm just going to get way too confused because the jars are kind of the same. The lids are different. And I just want to make sure I don't get them all mixed up. Okay, and candle flames go there. That flame goes there. This peels off and goes somewhere. Oh, it goes in here. And this is the jar. And that goes there. Because I'm through with this bundle, so, or through with this, the stamp set. And what am I missing? The lid. All right. Okay, so that one's done. So now, this one, we're going to need this jar. So we'll put that. I usually just throw it on my my silicone mat like that to get the right shape, and then I just pick it up. And I don't care if it's straight or not. And then I'm going to need this one. So that, I think I might need a bigger one. That's better. And then I will need this one. Take him out, put him on. And this one. Good thing I have lots of blocks, eh? Oh, and I need the lid. Okay. Hopefully that's it for now. Okay, so this one is going to have Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas. And I'm stamping that in real red. So let's get that out. I'll ink that up in the real red. And we'll just, it just barely fits on this. And again, excuse me, these are all from the Stylish Shapes, okay? I use that one, and that one. So the three, the second largest, the third largest, and the fourth largest, okay? Put that over there. And then I need, I'll leave that there for now. I'm going to ink up my jar in the Memento Black. This jar is not exactly the same as the other one. It's close, but not exactly the same. So we'll stamp that. And I need my pecan pie. I tried this in crumb cake, but I didn't like it as well. So I didn't want to ink that either. I wanted to ink it in red. Okay, let's do it again. I did wipe this off, not to worry, guys. I did wipe it off. Let's see if it will fit. No, but I have another scrap here. I did have. Yeah, there we go. So ink that in the red. That's better. Okay. All right, so the pecan pie is going to be the gingerbread. So we're going to ink him up. And he's going to go in this jar. You just line them up as best you can to get them in there. There we go. And then this is, so it's two-step stamping, in case I didn't mention that. We're going to ink this one up in the red. And I'm lining up the bow tie, his buttons, and there's a piece that goes around his leg. So I'm just kind of lining that all up here. There we go. So that was the little piece that went around his leg. So it's not perfect, it's a little high, but it's good enough. All right, so punch him out. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Ah. All right. I just put that there for now. And, yep, piece of this. And I'm just going to ink up the lid and pecan pie as well, just to give it a little bit of interest there. And then we're just going to punch it out. Like that. Okay, let me close these up. Do I need anything else? No, I think that's it. All right. Close those up. Clean this one off because I'm going to have to use it again. Okay. Whoops. Pieces all over me here. All right, let's put these together now. So I've got, this is the same thing, the stylish shapes. And I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna just glue that on and then pop. All right, so I'm just gonna put that there like that. And this one's gonna go here. And we're just gonna glue this one on. All right, and then we'll pop this up. So we'll turn that over. And we'll peel the backs off. And we'll just line that up nicely. That looks good. There we go. And my jar, here's my jar. We're going to pop him up. And peel the backs off. All right, and we'll put him right about there. And then we'll put the lid on. And again, I'm going to cut a little piece. I'm running out of little pieces to cut here. And we'll just stick that on there. Peel the back off. And I would like a little piece right there just to hold that down. So maybe I'll just cut this right here. Just a little tiny piece here. Can hardly see it. So tiny I'm going to have to put it on my, take a pick tool. Yeah, so just like that. Okay, I just wanted a little something there to support that little knob. And then we'll just put him there like that. Isn't he cute? Okay, and then to finish it off, you know, I'll remember these from last year when they ran out, so I'm afraid that I'm ordering some with the free shipping. So I'm ordering some more of these because I don't want them to run out. Last year they ran out. You couldn't get them, so I'm going to make sure I get them this year. All right, and then we'll just put some of these on. I love these, by the way. They're kind of a rubbery texture. Really, really like them. Put one down here. And put a little one right here. And then we have to add one more. So maybe I'll put them right there on the lid. There we go. All right. So that is card number 2. And last but not least, we have one more Christmas card. Well, winter card. All right. Move this and move that. So he's going to look like that. Okay. All right. So I've got a piece of real red that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we'll give that a nice crease. Okay. And then I've got a piece of white that measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I'll glue that on because he's not really doing anything. He's just going to be glued on. He feels awfully big. Oh, it's the right size. Just felt kind of big. There we go. All right, so this paper, this is 5.5 by 4. This paper is from the Nests of Winter, okay, which is still available in the catalog. So we'll glue this on. Just a little bit of white showing. We'll move it around. That's why I like the glue. Okay. All right, so then I took a piece of real red that measured 1.5 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's not right. Something's wrong. 5.5 by 4, 3/8, 4/8. This is actually 5 1/4. That one. So your white is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and then that is 1.5 by 5 1/4. Sorry about that. All right, so I made a boo-boo, and I embossed this with the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder that has actually been discontinued that I didn't know. So anyways, I'd already done it, so that's it. It's done. Anyway, so you can use whatever embossing folder that you have. I just thought the snow went, but since it's been discontinued, if you have it, great. If you don't worry about it. Use whatever you got. All right, and we'll just kind of put that there. All right, so now all our gluing is done there. And I need to stamp another jar, and we're going to stamp this one in black. I did clean that, right? Yeah. And my black is here. Okay. Stamp that in black. There we go. Clean that. And then we're going to, oh, I need my little snowman. Okay, I know the stamp set's right here. Oh, here it is. So we're going to use that little snowman. I'll pull him out, and he has a little scarf. So we need to use that as well. And the little snowman can go on this one. Okay, so we're going to stamp the snowman in black. And we'll stamp him about here. He's such a cute little snowman. And the scarf, we're going to stamp in red. This is a two-part stamping here with stamping. He needs a scarf and something there on his hat. So you line that up as best you can. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Not bad at all, eh? All right, so that's that for the red for a minute. And then I've got some Coastal Cabana here because that's kind of the color of this paper. And, oh, I need another thing here. I need these little dots. Okay, these little dots, I'm gonna make them like snowflakes. I tried stamping off, but it was too light, so I have to go full strength. So I'm just inking that up. And then we'll just put some in the jar here. And I'm just going to wipe that off and just ink up half of this here. And turn it around. And again, ink up just half of it. Turn it around like that. And yeah, that's good enough. Again, sometimes good enough is good enough, and quit while you're ahead, right? Okay, so we're going to punch him out. There we go. And then I want the lid in the red. And I'm going to ink it up in the black. This lid is different. This lid, where's my other card? So this lid on the other stamp set just has a little line through it like that. This one is actually just kind of an outline. And on this one, actually, I didn't even stamp it. I just punched it out. So you can do whatever you want, obviously. Now we just want that little thing. There, okay. All right, so we're going to, all right, I need, yes, okay. So this is another one of these bars, whatever they're called. Word won't come. Oh, whatever. I hate it when that happens, that the word just doesn't come. And I'm going to take, it'll come to me eventually. It'll come to me after I say goodbye. All right, so this is sending a jar full of cheer. Okay, but I only want it to, I want it to be on 2 lines, not all the way across. So I'm going to get the red. And I'm going to try and stamp just the sending you a jar. So fingers crossed, guys. And I'm going to put it towards the right side. So sending you a jar. All right, I'm going to clean it all off. I'm just going to stamp it a bit because it's kind of wet now. I just wet these before I went live here, so they're still a little wet. So I'll just, there we go. That should be okay. And then I want the other half full of cheer. So again, I'm just going to try and ink that up. That says full of cheer. And stamp that under there. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, if I hadn't been able to do that, I would have just taken a Post-it note and stuck it over there so that it wouldn't print. Okay. So we're just going to stick this on. You know, I'm just going to cut this off because I don't need this. And I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. So we'll do that. And I want a couple of small dimensionals down here. And I'll put one more in the middle there. All right, and then we'll pull the backs off. There we go. And that'll just go right there, right in the middle. Okay. And then we're going to pop this jar up. Da, da, da. Okay, so I don't want to put any dimensionals too close on that side because it will be there. That should be good. And what I might actually do is just take a wee little bit of glue here. Doesn't want to come out. There we go. That's good enough. I just want a wee tiny bit. And let's put him there like that. Okay. And my lid will go here. Again, I need another little strip. I'm running out of strips here. No, I think I can get a little strip here. Oops. I need to pull the back off first. And that one little tiny piece there to put on the knob. I probably don't need to do that, but I'm afraid he'll get squished. I just feel better with him there. Okay. No, I didn't take the back off of this one yet. Okay. And I'm just going to slide him over a little bit like that. It's a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can straighten him up. There. All right. And then I've got some twine. They also had this last year. This is the Real Red and White Baker's Twine. Get my twine scissors. There we go. And then move them out of the way so they don't get mixed up with the other ones. And then it's going to tie a bow. Maybe. There we go. And you just keep pulling it until you're happy with what you have, with what you want. And that looks pretty good to me. All right, then I'm just going to take my little tiny thing, my little tiny glue bottle here, and I'm just going to put a little dot of glue there. And then we're just going to press that there and hold it for a minute. All right, and then we'll add some more peppermints. I'll use the large ones here. So I'll put one over here. I'm going to put a medium-sized one down here. And I think I'm going to put one over here, right there. So that's 3. And I'll put one more down here, 4, and 1 there. That's 5. That's it. All right, yeah, okay. And we'll get my twine and ribbon scissors, and we'll just trim this off. Like so. Banner, yes, thanks, Jane. Banner. I wasn't watching, so yeah, that was the word that I couldn't think of. What this was. Banner. It's funny how the words just some days just don't come to you. All right, I've kept you guys long enough. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching me. I do appreciate it. So if you're watching the replay, please say hello. If you're watching, and, just let me know where you're from if you're new. I'm missing one card. This one. Nope, this one. All right. So there is my 3 cards today. Da-da-da. My bow fell off. I actually prefer a little drop of glue versus scrunching up the glue dot. I find sometimes the glue dot, you can still see it, but a little drop of glue you can't see. And once it dries, it won't fall off. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules and following along with me. And yeah, sorry it went on so long, but anyway, so again, don't forget about the free shipping from now until Friday. Okay, it's not very often that Stampin' Up offers free shipping, so make sure that you get your orders in. Okay, and like I said, if you have an order, if you're local to me and you have an order that is less than $100, let me know and I will submit it on Friday, but let me know by Thursday at midnight at the latest. Okay. All right. That's it. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.